Hi, welcome. My name is Nancy Cantor, and I'm welcoming you to the first podcast on being a CDO of your own life. It really is designed to give you a template and some experiences, and it can be interactive, which I hope it will be. Please don't do it while you're driving your car. I want you to be safe. But I will ask you certain questions. You can write some things down. You can stop the video or the podcast if you want to write something down. So please use this as you choose to. But my intention is always, 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 always to help you live your dreams. And you might want to have an idea of what I mean by dreams. They really are your purpose and your vision. Okay, your purpose and your vision. If you think about your purpose, who you are is who you are. And you have certain qualities and characteristics that you've had your whole life. So those will stay somewhat the same. Not that you can't develop new capacities, which is part of the work that I do to help people develop new capacities as they take on their businesses or they take on a corporate endeavor that they're doing, that they have a team of people and they want people to work together. But you can always develop new capacities, and actually your dreams require you to. But there's a basic general way that you operate. And the whole idea of this podcast series is to help you clarify what your dreams are and move forward with them. And what I'm taking a lot of the material from is it is a workbook that is on Amazon called The Dream Factory. It says it says Dream Factory Community Chief Dream Officer Training Workbook. And it also says CDO Circle Workbook, and it has my name, Nancy Cantor. So if you go on Amazon, that's how you can find it. And it just gives you an opportunity to create a dream creation plan. And then you also have accountability sessions so that you can get accountability and support moving forward. You can do it all by yourself, or you could actually invite others to do it with you. I find like when CDOs work together, it really empowers everybody. So right now, the podcast is based on let's have you be the CDO of your own life, that you clarify your dreams. And to be a CDO, let me give you a little background, is that you need to be a visionary, an organizer, a self-transformer, and a community leader. And that's like the basics of it. So we're actually going to work through those elements with you so you can actually create your own dream creation plan. And then you can, when you're done with that, because we will keep going, you'll also have some accountability sessions. I'll also have some guests who I think are important speakers for giving you some direction. So we say visionary organizer. We're going to cover visionary today. So you've got me. I'm the expert on that. And then next time that we have the podcast, we're also going to have somebody as a guest who has been through the Dream Factory. She's got a wonderful business and she speaks on organizing. Her name is Ann Newberry. So I hope you tune in for that podcast because she's back by demand. People loved what she did and she really helps people clarify what they're doing. So let me tell you a little bit about me before we get started, just so you know who you're listening to. I used to have a cable show here at Ashland Cable for 15 years called Dream Factory Community, Living Your Dreams. I also had another one called The Entrepreneur's Connection. I've been a business coach and consultant for 30 years. So I've worked with all different kinds of businesses. I tend to work with the business owner and also sometimes they'll put their teams together because they think it's important for what they're doing to be given to the people that they work with. And that's really a mission that I have now. I really want to work with teams of people. I've done a lot of networking in my time. I used to be part of the Metro West Chamber, which I loved. I was part of the Marlboro Chamber, Blackstone Valley. I did some programming there. But I've done a lot of programming. I started women-focused programming in those 3 different chambers. I'm a speaker, I'm a consultant. So people tend to know of me. I've done a lot of work in women-focused programming, and the Dream Factory, when I originally started, was designed for women. And we had communities in Concord, Medway, Reading, Brattleboro, Vermont, and Framingham. And we did have a virtual one too. So I've had a lot of people who've gone through the Dream Factory and used the training that I'm going to be giving you in terms of moving their lives forward. One person in particular who, when I started the virtual community, said she was in North Carolina. So we did a virtual community because there were people all over who wanted to participate. She says, I can't do it. I've got 3 kids. No way, Jose. But after a while, she decided she would do it. She did the CDO training, created her dream, and started the virtual accountability sessions. And within the second month, she decided she wanted to go back to school and get a law degree, which I thought for somebody who didn't have any time prior to that, that's quite a big leap. But she was really committed. She went to law school. And right now, she is an assistant district attorney for North Carolina. And because she wanted to help parents, the reason she wanted to go to law school, she wanted to help parents with special needs kids get the services that they need. And that is one of her focuses in that capacity. So I just want to tell you, the, the what we're going to be going through in this podcast helps a lot of people create their dreams. It's also a great program for corporations. I just did one for a large biotech company in Virginia, and I got to work with the whole commercial team, and that was so awesome, and do follow-up coaching sessions. So whether it's corporate, whether it's individual, whether it's small business owner, what we're doing today is hugely effective, and I hope you share it with people, because my intention, why I'm doing this, is I think it's never too late to live your dreams. And why wouldn't you? Okay, the world wants what you are here to give. And I think when we work on this program, you'll see how easy and simple it is. You just need to do a little bit of focus and a little bit of work. But I'm here to guide you. And I've been doing this for 20 years. So I'm a pretty good guide in terms of what we're going to be doing today. So I'm just going to go through the workbook with you. I think that's a great place to start. And one of the things I do want to say, and I did mention it before, the way I got CDO, like originally I asked somebody, well, who should I say I'm training? And they said, well, it sounds like you're training CEOs. And the truth is I could use this program to train CEOs, but because it was the Dream Factory community, I decided, why don't we say CDOs, Chief Dream Officers? And that just kind of made sense to me. It was something unique. And it's a really powerful statement. And I know there's times in my life where I've said to myself, I'm, something happened and I, kind of upset, wasn't sure what to do. And I reminded myself I was a CDO and that I needed to operate as somebody who's committed to taking on their life, their work, and their world. And we say being a CDO is somebody who has a proactive approach. So I kind of gathered myself and I decided it was time for me to be the CEO that I was teaching everybody how to be. So the CDO made a real difference, and having that terminology was really helpful. Like you're really accountable for something. And I know, like in that particular situation, one of my members had lost her son to suicide, and it was such an emotional time for a lot of people. And because I told myself, be the CDO, I ended up managing communications between the different communities and really supported her. And because of that, a lot of people from the Dream Factory wanted to help her as well in a lot of different ways. And she decided, because she was a CDO, she was a big part of the Dream Factory, that she wanted to create a nonprofit in honor of her son, Ben. So she called it Ben Speaks Louder Than Words. And I think now they just call it Ben Speaks. And it's an amazing local organization. She used to run my Medway community, but she took being part of the CDO training as a real touchstone and guidance for her to take on the next steps of how she wanted to contribute to the world, even in the face of a huge tragedy. So, and to this day, Ben Speaks is here doing amazing work with families and kids. So I highly recommend it. But I recommend that everybody take on your dreams, no matter what your circumstances. This too can work for you. So please play along with me. So I'm going to say a little bit more about being a CDO. It's being a person who has a dream, a purpose, and the vision, and then works on making it come true. If you were a CEO, you'd be working on fulfilling the purpose and vision and goals of your company. As a CDO, you work in the same way, but you're focused on your purpose, your vision, and your goals. You are the one in charge and the leader of your life. So that's visionary organizer. For the third section, it's on the saboteur, or being a self transformer. So a CDO takes on a dream as a vehicle for personal growth and development. Dreams require you to change and learn in order to fulfill them. A CDO focuses not on survival, but on developing his or her own potential in order to make their ultimate contribution. So there's always an element of defeating and disarming your private saboteur and developing new capacities in that area. So we're kind of building this. A CDO is a visionary. You have a purpose and a vision, which is your dream, an organizer. And we're going to talk about CDO statements when we get to that, which is really important. It's an I am creating statement. And then the third part is being a self transformer and disarming your private saboteur. And the first is being a community, the fourth is being a community leader. So a community leader is generating a community of support around your dream. You must promote your dream and get the support necessary for its fulfillment. This will come from managers, coaches, colleagues, clients, or people who need what your dream will provide. So people will guide you along the way, but it gets away from thinking you're all alone. Like being a CDO, you're really connected to other people. And that's why when I started the Dream Factory, I called it the Dream Factory Community. And they're all CDOs who had dream creation plans, who went to CDO circles and got support every month. So it was a real conscious effort to identify dreams because sometimes people aren't clear what they are. And I totally understand that. So part of what we're going to be doing today is we're going to do an exercise where we do a guided visualization. But I'm going to walk you through a few things before we get there. The other thing you want to look at are like, what are some of the characteristics of a CDO? And I know because I've led this for 20 years, visionary, positive, passionate, excited, authentic, curious, creative, confident, open-minded, determined, intelligent. So courageous. So there's a lot of them there. And one of the things I do when I do the training is ask people to circle the ones like 3 that they feel they're really good at, but also to circle 3 that in terms of living a dream or going beyond where you are, how would you develop yourself? What capacities are going to be necessary for the next phase of your life? And we do more talking about that later on once people look at what their dream is. But that's a great thing to do. It's like, what are the things you're good at? And then what might be some capacities you want to develop within yourself so you can fulfill your dream? All right. So we're going to start with visionary. All right. When you look at your dream, you're looking at 2 things. The dreams that you are, which are your natural gifts, your special qualities, your values, and the contributions you can make. But then you're also thinking about the dreams that you have. What do you see yourself accomplishing with these gifts, qualities, and values and contributions? Your success is dependent upon your natural gifts, qualities, values, and your ability to utilize them in creating an envisioned future for yourself. A CDO takes on their life, their work, and their world. And I love this quote because I at one point I had a team that I worked with. I worked with quality assurance team at Fidelity Investments. And this quote, I love it because it has fidelity in the name. Many persons have a wrong idea of what constitutes true happiness. It's not attained through self-gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. And that is Helen Keller. Okay, so let's look at this. What is your vision? And the most difficult part for some people, and you might not have this might not be an issue for you, but it can be very difficult to get really clear where it is that you're going. So the visionary piece should help you get clear at this point in your life. Where do you want to go and what is your vision? I know for myself, I've had a lot of changes in my life, and maybe that's why I'm here doing the podcast. I came back to Ashland, to WACA-TV. Barbara Chisholm has been wonderful. Paul's been fantastic. They've always been a great community of support. But I had taken a long break and I decided I do want to come back and have a platform where I can offer the work that I do. because I do feel, I'm getting later in life. I do feel like this work is super important. I've had thousands of people go through the Dream Factory. I've worked with corporate executives with what we're doing today. It really works for people. So I hope you engage with me. You can listen to this, but you can also, especially if you're not driving, but you can also actually participate in this. And I would love for you to do that. So to be a visionary, you want to look at what gifts, qualities, and contributions that you have to offer the world. Like, who are you? What's special about you? I know for me, I've done Strength Finders, so I know that I'm an activator, a maximizer, a futurist, a communicator, and a strategist. So Strengths Finders is a good way to find out what you're actually really good at. It will tell you. You'll do certain testing. You can do the DISC. Guess what I am? I'm a, what is it? An influencer. I'm an influencer, and right below influencer, I'm a director. So I definitely have those veins going. But beside that, I think my gifts and qualities, I'm a good speaker. I love communication. I think I really understand people really well, and I have a huge commitment to leading people in a good direction so that they can fulfill their lives. I would say the most outstanding quality that I have is I'm totally committed to making a difference and supporting people and being who they're meant to be and making the difference that they're out to make. So for yourself, you can stop this, you can and take some time to write this, but the first aspect of what we're doing in the CDO training is we're writing down what gifts, qualities, and contributions do you have to offer the world. So breathe that in. You might even want to relax for a minute, think about it. Think about the things that you've done, and what qualities did it take to do those things? We're not all the same. We are completely not all the same. We can play together, we can love each other, we can support each other, but we are not the same. So I want you to look at what's unique about you that you really feel good about. The other thing I want you to look at, what traits do you value most? Who are you being? Are you honest? Are you compassionate? Are you friendly? Are you funny? Look to see, are there things about you that make you stand out in the world? Are you intelligent? Are you smart? There could be all kinds of things. Maybe you're real intellectual. Maybe you are a real step-by-step person and you're really great at organizing. There could be a myriad of things, but I want you to get in touch with that. And also, too, what are you passionate about? What aspects of your life and work do you most enjoy? And it could be maybe you're always, thank God it's Friday, but you have so much fun. You're great at darts. You're the social butterfly. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be super serious. Give yourself credit for all aspects of life that you're looking at. The other thing I do want to bring in right now before we go too much further is I do say that being a CDO, and this is CDO training, is about taking on your life, your work, and your world. So those are three different things. But you bring those characteristics to all those elements of your life. And, I do a lot of work, because I'm a business development and consultant, I do a lot in the work area. But what you do for work is definitely connected to who are you personally. And it also has a lot to do with, what do you contribute to in the world? If you learn great skills, in your work environment, it can also make you a great philanthropist. 3 years ago, I had 3 women in my Dream Factory who had ovarian cancer. And because of that, I'd been doing the PNMAS Challenge, which is a bike-a-thon that raises money for cancer research at Dana-Farber. I just decided after 24 years doing other things, I was on the stem cell cyclist for 16 years, I just decided I was being a visionary. And I said, I've got 2 women that are very close to me, and I would like to do something for ovarian cancer. So I started Team Ovarian Cancer. They didn't have one at Dana-Farber, at PNMAS Challenge, the PMC, and I was shocked. And so they said, you need 3 people. So I had the 2 women who were my members who had ovarian cancer join as virtual riders. And so then we had 3 people, and that's how I started it. And we've gone on in 3 years to raise over $400,000 for ovarian cancer research. And we are able to sponsor a trial that's going on right now at Dana-Farber because of the fundraising that we've done. And we're in our 4th year. We are still going. We will always be going. But I'm saying that the skills you learn, they apply to your life, it applies to your world, it applies to your work. If you're a good organizer, you can bring it everywhere. And I feel very grateful in the work that I do that I can translate it to a philanthropic endeavor like that. And so I want you to think broadly, deeply. When you think about your dreams, they can be life, work, or world, or all 3. So I want you to be really, really true to yourself, really true to yourself, and not think you have to make your mind focused in a particular way. So here's the deal. We're going to do a guided visualization. And maybe you've done one of these before, and maybe you haven't. But the point behind this is to get out of your head and hopefully more in your body and your heart. You know, that there might be some guidance for you beyond what you've had before. So I'm going to ask you to, and don't do this if you're driving, please, is to sit down and put your feet on the floor. Make sure you're grounded on the floor. And I do want you to close your eyes. And I just want you to start focusing on your breath. And while you're focusing on your breath, that allows you to get more centered, more grounded. So keep doing that. And when you breathe into and allow your belly to expand, allow your chest to expand. And at the top of your breath, you want to hold it for a few seconds. And then breathe it out. And I want you to do that again. And I want you to breathe in more deeply, more deeply. Belly, chest. Hold it for a few seconds and let it go. And I want you to imagine that there is a grounding to the earth, like there's an energy coming up from the earth, coming up through your feet and going up through your spine to your heart center. And it can be whatever color you choose, but you're grounded to the earth, you're getting energy from the earth, you're set on the earth, and you are connected. And the energy is coming up to your heart center, right here. If you're just listening, you don't see where I'm saying, but it's your heart center. You know where that is. And so you want to breathe deeply, and you want to bring energy from up above, like through your crown, through your head, down your spine to your heart center. And as you breathe, allow there to be a light right at your heart center. It can be whatever color you choose. It could be pink, it could be green, but it could be a myriad of colors. But allow it to expand. Like allow that energy to expand where it covers your whole body. It goes out into the world. You are an energetic magnet for what's perfect and great for you today. And I want you to breathe a few more times, allowing that energy to surround you. And I want you to imagine it's a year from today, and you're waking up. And you want to look around and see, well, what is it that you notice? Is it light? Is it dark? Are you there by yourself? Are you there alone? Is it what you're used to? And we're thinking a year out from today. Imagine what it could look like. And your first thought when you wake up is your thought is like, this is going to be a great day. I'm kind of excited. So you put your feet on the floor, you go over to your closet, and because of your excitement and your vision for what the day might look like, you dress in a particular way. You put on really wonderful clothes that fit what you're going to be doing, and you can decide what those clothes are. And when you see yourself in the mirror, you look fantastic, and you are ready. And so you go to where you have your breakfast, and you might be there alone, you might be there by yourself, but it's a nurturing experience. You have good water, you have healthy foods, you're nurturing yourself because you're important. You have a vision and you have a mission. So you want to take care of yourself. You're a Chief Dream Officer and you're heading out for your day. So when you're done with that, maybe there's kids you have to drop off, maybe there's things you have to do, maybe you go to your office down the hall, or it could be you get in your car and you drive to a client's house or to an office. So you envision that for yourself. And wherever that is, you feel, I am in the right place doing the right things. And as you have your day roll out, it's a wonderful experience of connecting with people, feeling that you're on the right track, creating things, you're getting acknowledged for who you are, you're appreciating other people, and results are happening easily and seamlessly. And you're very exciting that you get to be exactly who you're meant to be. And as the day progresses, you finish up with work. Maybe there's a work meeting you have that night, or maybe you're going out to dinner with friends, or you're going home to the family. And after that, who knows what you do? Maybe you watch TV and relax. Maybe you put your kids to bed, and it's such a connected, great time with them. And, maybe you clean up. Maybe there's all kinds of things you could be doing. But by the end of the day, when you are back in bed and you're laying down and you're rested and you're feeling good and you're comfortable, and in your last breath, before you fall asleep, your last thought is, what a perfect day. So take a few more breaths. And I'd love for you to write something down about what you noticed in your guided visualization. In a perfect world with no restrictions, if you could do, be, or have anything you wanted, what would that look like? So it's just another opportunity to trust whatever comes. There's no right or wrong answers. And then the last question, what is your dream, which is your purpose and vision? And I think that's a great opportunity to, just kind of get solidified in what is happening for you. And I think that's a good thing. And you want to do some work on this. Maybe you want, people do vision boards. You want to look to see what you see out there. You can look at magazines, or you could draw your own drawings. You could create, what is your vision? And start playing with it. What's super, super important to you? And what allows you to keep moving forward in your life, your work, and your world. So you have started the first step of being a visionary. And I'm just going to give you a preview of what you can work on till the next time we get together. So from that, we are going to go into organizing. But to get organized, we say you need a CDO statement, which is an I am creating statement. So you want to just jot that down, I am creating, and use that for your dream. And be as graphic as you can about it. I'm creating an amazing life where I get to make my ultimate contribution. That could be a CDO statement. I'm creating the finances I need that enable me to move my life in the next direction. I am creating, but keep them lofty and keep them inspiring. The thing with the finances could be one of your goals, but I'm creating an amazing life where I get to take care of my whole family and treat them the way I've always wanted to treat them. It could be something of that nature, have it be inspiring. I'm creating a school where students are empowered to be all that they can be. Something of that nature that feels really inspiring to you. So play around with some options on that end. I think that would be a good idea, but we will cover it next time that we're together, because that's a really important part, because from that you put down goals and actions, and we do some work on that. But next time we get together, I will have Ann Newberry with us, and she'll be going over some of her tips. She's like a specialist on moving. So she knows everything about how to organize around from getting from here to there. So she's a perfect consultant to work with in person who will allow you to get more organized. And my intention as a CDO and teaching CDO training is to get more organized around your dream. Because the end result is, we're going to go through all 4 quadrants, is that you become a powerhouse CDO and create the life of your dreams. So thank you for tuning in today. This is my first podcast. I've said I'm going to do this for a while. It's great to have a vision, get organized around it, and start the fulfillment of it. So thanks for participating with me. And please come back next time, because there's more fun to come, and I want you to end up with your own dream creation plan. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Nancy Cantor. I'm a business coach and consultant, but here today as your Chief Dream Officer. Thank you.